name is Darrell Marks. I'm with Kankakee Valley REMC. We're a local cooperative based in Watertown, Indiana. Our territory covers about 7 counties in northwest Indiana. We're here today to basically give you some tips and tricks about safe planting practices, whether it be landscaping or trees. One thing we like to do every year is hand out saplings to the local schools in honor of Arbor Day. Now, Arbor Day is celebrated usually the last Friday of April. It was a holiday started by a man named J. Sterling Morton out in Nebraska in about 1872. They say on that first Arbor Day, over 1 million trees were planted. So I mean, it was really a significant event back then. It gained attention by President Theodore Roosevelt. You know, he was a big naturalist. Also, President Nixon made it a national holiday in 1970. So it's just, something we like to do. The trees are good for the environment in this day and age, but trees can also cause a problem to electric utilities and other utilities such as gas, communications, what have you. So we want to promote safe planting practices both for in-ground facilities and overhead facilities. Now, the trees that we hand out to the schools, it's a sapling. This year happens to be a red pine. So it's only about a foot tall, between 8 inches to 12 inches tall when they get them. But obviously when it grows up to be a mature tree, it can be 30, 40, 50 foot tall. So you want to be sure where you're planting it, as I said, both for in the ground facilities, but also what's overhead. As you can see here in this location, we do have one of our overhead lines here. And those lines are energized at 7,200 volts. So just looking at it, it doesn't look that dangerous or that significant, but there's a lot of voltage that can either cause major injury or unfortunately death. We're also by a locating marker for a fiber optic cable for a communications company. So we have the best of both worlds here basically to try and promote our message. If you're planting your tree or doing any kind of excavating anywhere, you can call a number 811. It's a universal locating service. It's a free service. It doesn't cost you a dime. It takes you a little bit of time. You can either go online or call in on the phone. They'll ask you, where you're digging at, what kind of excavating you're doing, how deep you're going to be digging, things like that, when you're going to be doing the work. There's a lot of different questions that they can ask, so they can get a better idea on what they need to locate or where exactly they need to locate, so that they can show you where things are at, so you don't hit them and cause damage to yourself or damage to the facilities. So this is a little demonstration we threw together. Basically, it mimics a section of ground. So if you're going out in your yard and you want to plant a tree or do anything, you're really not sure, or you may be sure, or have an idea where things are at. So once you call this 811, they will actually come out on site and mark the different utilities or facilities, if there are any, with different colors. So many of you maybe have seen red flags. Red flags are typically electric. Yellow flags are natural gas. You have orange flags that are communications such as phone, cable, and here we have fiber optic. Green flags will be sewer or wastewater, and then if we have blue flags or blue paint, that would be like a municipal water system if you live in a subdivision or a city or a town. So you've called 811, they will actually come out again and they will mark the ground depending on what utilities you have in place. Obviously, if there's none, they'll probably plant it okay on the ground, so you know that you're free to go. But if there happens to be utility in place or a facility in place in the ground, they will mark it with the appropriate color. So here we have a natural gas, electric, communications, and wastewater. So basically, those paint marks are giving you a heads up saying, hey, there's something in the ground you need to watch for. Pick another place to dig, stay away from it, find something else to do. Basically, this is what it'll show. So you can't see what's in the ground, but the 811 will come out and tell you what's in the ground. So why not take advantage of something that's free and be safe rather than have the alternative happen? But that's not only in the ground, but as we talked, we have an overhead line here too. Now you can see those mature trees. That's something Mother Nature put there. Those weren't planted intentionally, but just over the years they've grown up. And you can see they're in somewhat close proximity to the overhead power line. At Kankakee Valley REMC, we do have a regular tree trimming program where we go around our entire system every so often and trim the trees away from the power lines. This helps our service reliability. It helps safety, and it's just better. It's just better for everyone. So if you can, if you can prevent that having to be done in the future by picking a wise place to plant that tree, I ask that you do so. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can always call the REMC office, 1-800-552-2622, and be more than happy to help you out. Thank you.